When I was in prison, I was writing on a blog and sharing my experiences. I would send an email home, and you can email close family, and it's not an open-ended like you have internet access, but I was writing about my experiences. I would send them home to my husband, and he would post them online. And some of the things that I wrote made the prison unhappy. It was my first year in prison, and I was really kind of focused on the unfairness and what I thought was wrong with prison, right? That changed over time. In fact, when I went back and looked at my blogs, because I wrote a book, I was like, oh my gosh, I really had a bad attitude. But I remember this one time, my first year in prison, there was a girl next to me that she was kind of, she was pretty aggressive. She had a girlfriend, and she and her girlfriend were always fighting. I stayed kind of away from her. Well, one day during count, because during count time, everyone's supposed to be in their room and be quiet while the officers go through and walk. But she had run over to the laundry room to throw a load of laundry in, which you're totally not supposed to do. And the officer caught her, and he was yelling, and she was yelling. And he brought her back to her room. And after count, she came over and she goes, "You're going to write about that on your blog, aren't you?" And I said, "Well, I didn't see what happened." And she goes, "He threatened me. He was so aggressive. He was yelling at me, and he threatened me." And I was like, and I really didn't feel good about writing about it because I didn't witness it, but I wrote about it anyway. I called it Dirty Laundry in Federal Prison, and it got a lot of attention. In fact, it got this officer in trouble. He couldn't work in the unit, and he had to go drive the perimeter for a while. And I remember right then knowing that I never wanted to do that again, that I didn't want to not know the facts and share a story that could hurt somebody else. And I've tried to be true to that in my books and on my blog and the things that I write and share, to be as objective as I can and share personal experiences. And that was a lesson I learned in federal prison.